and everyone's just fucking in the street, you know?
Welcome to the Witching Hour archives for soft magic meets spooky vibes. I'm Melody.
And I'm Astrid, and we'll be your witches for the evening.
Tonight we are exploring the topic of Lupercalia.
Before we do that, let's take a moment to reflect on today's fun fact. February 11th, 1692 was the first recorded accusation in the trial. Yippee.
Well, we should probably make, honestly, multiple episodes regarding the Salem witch trials, I feel like.
Yeah. No, there's gonna be multiple.
A whole little, like a mini series.
Yeah, that's gonna be like a whole, maybe like a 1-year anniversary kind of thing.
Yeah. So I'm really excited to talk about today's topics because it is kind of about my one of my favorite holidays, which is Valentine's Day. And funnily enough, Valentine's Day was my favorite holiday when I was single. Now that I'm married, it's still a nice holiday, but I was very much on the, what do you call it, like making anything heart-shaped and edible. Just decorating things. Heart cakes, pink, red, flowers, cute. Some more like Galentines, to be honest. But I don't know. What is your view?
I marathon the Saw movies.
Amazing.
And I've done that every year since I was 17.
Cool.
So that's how I spent Valentine's Day.
I feel like this is a very good representation of our personalities.
Yeah. It started as like a woe is me kind of a thing, but then I realized I think I just prefer to watch the Saw movie. So then it just became a thing.
Right. But I mean, why not on Valentine's? I guess.
Well, it's also like everything's so expensive and like you
Yeah.
can't go anywhere because everything's busy and like
I do rather prefer to like make something at home. Horrible heart-shaped cakes that I decorate with pink frosting.
Yeah, like if someone ever showed up and was like, "Here's a bunch of pink donuts and some flowers," I'm not gonna be like, "Oh, ew."
Like, yeah, I'll eat.
Yeah, I will indeed have pink donuts and flowers. Thank you. I'm not against it.
But
I'm not opposed to it.
Before Valentine's Day became about flowers and teddy bears and hearts and pink and capitalism, do you know where this comes from? Like, how did we get here? Do you have any idea at all?
Not really. The only thing I can think of is definitely has nothing to do with real life because it's a Warhammer thing. And I don't think that's it. And I don't think that's real.
No, maybe not. I have no idea. You tell me later. But
okay.
So there's something called Lupercalia. Today we celebrate Valentine's Day on the 14th of February, but it used to be between February 13th and 15th, according to various sources. Some say it's like the 15th, others said, oh, it lasted for between the 13th and the 15th. And it used to be called Lupercalia or Lupercal, and it was an ancient Roman pagan festival of fertility and purification of the city. So we'll get into it.
So it is a Warhammer thing.
Possibly, yes.
Well, the main bad guy in Warhammer, his last name is Lupercal. Name's Horace Lupercal. So there we go. It all comes back.
Yeah.
Circle it back.
So this festival was led by ancient priestly brotherhood called Luperci, a group of chosen young men. And it was held in a cave around the Palatine Hill in Rome. Every Lupercalia began with a sacrifice of goats and sometimes a dog. The animals were then sprinkled with salt and flour, and then the two Luperci that were chosen were then led to the altar where their foreheads would be touched with a bloody knife. Obviously, I'm assuming that that's the blood of the sacrificed animals.
I would hope
so.
And
and then the blood was wiped off with wool that was dipped in milk. So the two Luperci were also required to laugh during this ritual. Sounds satanic, I gotta be honest.
I mean, well, I I mean, well, I don't think so, because the concept of Satan at the time didn't really exist.
No, this is pagan too, which
Yeah.
is then what Christianity would like start
And yeah,
calling. They would adapt certain elements. I will make a whole episode on this too. I could have a PowerPoint presentation about this, how much that the Christianity took from pagan traditions and then took what they wanted and then said everything else was satanic.
honestly, a mood.
Yeah, to each your own. Anyway, so of course, as with any good ritual during a holiday, there was a feast afterwards. The goat's hides were. This is where it gets. Now it starts to
Uh-huh.
get interesting. The
It
goat's
wasn't
hides.
interesting before?
No, it's getting.
Okay.
We're yeah. The goat's hides were cut into strips, and some
Uh-huh.
of them were used to make loincloths for the Luperci, and then others were made into whips. We are getting feisty here. That's brutal. This is where it gets even more interesting. So after the feast, the Luperci left the cave, and then they ran around the Palatine wearing their goatskin loincloths and waving their goatskin whips. And they lashed their whips at people who had gathered to watch. Do you want to guess why this is a thing?
Murder orgy. This is where this
so
I'm
I
this is where I'm feeling this is headed.
so
You didn't say
the
no.
it's you're like half right.
God.
Since this was a festival of fertility, these whips were said to bring fertility. So as you can imagine, a lot of young women had gathered to watch and hopefully get whipped with the goat skin. So there's that, because then it was said that you would get pregnant within the next year if you were whipped with these goat skin
Freaky.
whips. The goat skin whips had other uses too. They were sometimes called fabrua, which I'm assuming is where February has its name from. I did not actually look into that. I'm just just guessing because of the name. And it was a purifying tool, or called a purifying tool. So another reason for Lupercalia was also to cleanse and purify the city and community. So not only fertility, but also just cleansing from bad vibes.
Fair.
I have some contrasts with modern day celebration of this, which is then the pagan versus modern day. So fertility rituals is now flower delivery, animal symbolism, teddy bears, chaotic love energy, table reservation panic. And somehow we went from let's celebrate fertility and the return of spring to if you don't buy the right candle, you're sleeping on the couch.
I think we should bring back street orgies. I'm just saying. I feel like we'd all get along just a little. I'm not participating, but like could all get along a little bit better if we
I
took
feel
one
some
day out
people
of the year and everyone's just fucking in the street, you know?
I feel
And
like
you got
some
two
people would
guys running
probably
around with like
a goat skin whip.
something. I don't know. It doesn't have to be that. Maybe it's a bell. I don't know. It could
Maybe.
be whatever they feel like.
So yeah, the next time you're stressed about Valentine's Day, just remember this holiday started as a wild pagan celebration of life, love, and surviving winter. So you're doing great. Don't worry too much.
But yes, you do still need to get your presents. I'm just gonna
Yeah,
don't
we
don't
will
don't
say
use
this
this
is
as an
still the modern
yeah
day.
yeah. Don't use it as an excuse to be like, well, they said no.
That's not what we said.
No, we didn't say that. No. Donuts and flowers can't go wrong unless they're
Yeah,
allergic to something. Then you can.
that is my little sprinkle of history for
Ooh,
you
yours is
on
way happier
this.
than mine.
Whoa, let's go. I am. What do you think? Is there anything that we should bring back of Lupercalia at all?
Like I said, fucking in the streets.
Talking in the streets.
They
This
bring back
this
bring.
episode is not uh what do you call it? Say does anything does swearing have like an 18 plus rating of things in America?
You can be PG-13, but you get one. You get one F word.
Damn. Okay, we already messed that up. Okay.
I'll just two.
Anyway,
Fine. It's the internet. No one cares.
that's it for this week's archive. Thank you for joining us, and don't forget to follow, review, and share your own manifestations with us.
Until the next witching hour, stay curious.